Alrighty, here we have Nytmare, the Ninth King, being played on the Game Boy Color. This ROM is courtesy of Student Games, the publisher. Publisher of the physical version as well as the digital. This ROM, as well as the physical cartridge, is available for purchase from them. And I will, of course, leave a link to get this game in the description down below, as I always do. This game is a really cool Castlevania-style game. We're going to go ahead and hit start. We're going to hit new game. So you can play as one of two different characters. You've got Arin, and you have her difficulty. You have her stats, her health, number of projectiles, number of lives. And then you have her moveset over there. You've got B for whip. You have select for sub-weapon, which is looks like it's I can't read that. Anyway, you also have a slide, which is down plus A or down plus select. We've got Blizz, higher difficulty. He has less health, more projectiles, and less lives. He has a Tonitrus, which I guess is like a spear-like weapon. His sub-weapon is red ink. And then he has a dash, which you can do in the air or on the ground, which is again down plus A or down plus stars. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I mentioned that select, I guess it's start. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play as Blizz. Begin the game. Actually, before I begin the game, if I go back, here's where you can delete the game, save games that you have. And then here is your sound test, which is kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to start the game here. Begin the game. So yeah, pretty much Castlevania vibes right here. There's nothing wrong with that. So here's the game. This game's in full color. It looks great. There we go. Got the gold there. Got the. Oh, that's right. Okay. Got there, okay. Lamps all the gold scarabs that access ammunition. Reach higher lamps by striking it upwards. Bridge gaps by dashing over them with down A. Now, what's kind of cool is that depending on who you choose to play as, it's going to change the level layout and what level you start out on. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it's just level layout. Just ever so slightly. I love the fact the game's in full color. It's pretty cool. So this is definitely a Game Boy Color game. Now, something I do want to bring up and with this is that for whatever reason, so when I put the ROM on my EverDrive and went to play it, and it's Super Game Boy 2, it won't play the full game. It detects as a Super Game Boy Color game detects it as a Game Boy Color game, but it only lets you play the demo, from what I can tell, which I thought was kind of interesting. I'm not sure why that is. I really don't know, But for those that buy the game, either digitally or physically, just understand that you cannot play it in a Super Game Boy. Or at least Super Game Boy 2. It might play a Super Game Boy, but never like a Super Game Boy 2. I mean, well, I take that back. It'll play, just not the full game. So keep that in mind. Now, here's your first branching path. So you can go up here, you can go down. I'm going to go ahead and go down. Oh, what was that happen? I wasn't quite watching what was going on there. But yeah, I really like the graphics. I really like this game. When I first heard about this game over on Twitter, I've been following this game for quite some time. I got really excited because I really like Castlevania, and I was really excited to see what an indie dev would do with Castlevania on a Game Boy Color, and this is a great game. I like how unique it is. Um, it's an overall great game. Oh, should jump backwards. I'll say another way to do that. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's go to the edge and kill it. And I don't quite recall if that pit right there was a way to go down or if it was a death trap. But once you go one way, you can't go backwards. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Jump, dash. There we go. Got a 1-up. Oh, didn't quite make that. Those poles here, these lamps, they do act as as kind of a checkpoint system. The presence of a knight on an outsider. You've chosen poorly, Royal Spear. I suggest you prepare for what's to come. What's interesting is that guy that you just saw. I believe that's who you play in the demo of the game. Well, that was kind of interesting. I'm not sure if he comes around at any other point. Ugh. Okay. Really? Oh, and the red ink actually, I believe it heals. Yeah, it does. It heals you. I've only ever beat this guy on playing it on the Game Boy Color, so playing this on it with the Xbox One controller is not the easiest thing to do, believe it or not. It's much easier to play this on an actual Game Boy Color. So we can get him though. Come on. Oh, he's gonna throw tombstones at me. Of course he is. So I'm not sure why. I really would love to know why it does not work on a on a Super Game Boy 2. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not sure if it's just in the way the game is programmed, because I know that there are other games that I've covered that do the same thing. There we go, got him. And I forget what game did that, but there's one game I have that isn't out playing a Game with Color either. Oh, when I covered Planet Bounty, that game does not work in Game Boy Color. Or, sorry, it's Super Game Boy. Super Game Boy 2. Oh, it's Aaron. Okay, cool. Again, this game is amazing. If you're a fan of Castlevania, I highly suggest checking this game out. Um, LV's the developer did a great job with this. I'm very surprised at at how amazing this game is. Now, not to say, I mean, I'm not trying to downplay their ability by any means. Don't get me wrong. I'm just surprised how just really good of a game, really good of a Castlevania style game this is. I mean, it really does capture the essence of Castlevania very, very well. So if you're a Castlevania fan and want a really cool Castlevania style game on the Game Boy Color, this game is definitely worth checking out, worth picking up, either as digital ROM or as a physical cartridge. And let me tell you, the physical cartridge looks amazing from what I've seen so far. And yeah, it's a great game either way. I would thank Yastuna Games for the opportunity. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for subscribing. And as always, until next time, take care and happy gaming.